guys. So today I'm starting the new series, continuing with the North Node journey, and we're moving on to North Node in Taurus through the houses. So to give you a little bit of an introduction of North Node in Taurus, I'm wearing my robe because Taurus is about comfort. Taurus is about the five senses. Taurus is about something that feels good, looks good, makes me comfortable, simple, and that feels good to me. That's Taurus. So Taurus, North Node. Before we get into a little bit of general idea of Taurus North Node, let's talk about your memories, your experiences from other lives with Scorpio South Node. So Scorpio South Node, guys, it's a tough one. Scorpio South Node, anything Scorpio is tough to begin with because it's so, it's such an intense sign. It's so powerless and yet powerful at the same time. It's so, with Scorpio South Node, just like I mentioned in my Pluto and Scorpio video, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of rage, anger, control, manipulation, you know, anything Scorpio is anything that is uncomfortable to us, ugly to look at, uncomfortable to talk about, taboo, scary, anything that just triggers us and makes us, you know, makes us blush, that's Scorpio. So Scorpio South Node themes from other lifetimes have to do with loss of control, loss of self-worth, interdependency with people, interdependency with people's resources, not relying on yourself. And I don't mean just financial. When I say about relying on yourself, meaning on yourself, like being your own, you know, your own guide, your own support system, your own authority on what you want to do. Scorpio South Node, nothing like that. All involving other people, but not in a Libra kind of way. More so, just interdependency, like completely losing yourself in another because you have no self-worth to stand on your own 2 feet, and because of that, there was no stability at all in your life. No matter if it was your financial, if it was your, you know, emotional, any kind of aspect of your life, there was no stability. So Scorpio South Nodes are always looking and waiting and expecting for the rug to be pulled from under their feet because that's all they know. They know constant up and down. They know drama. They know intensity. They know loss, death, just constantly being on the edge, constantly not knowing what the future holds because you're constantly depending on your circumstances around you to kind of decide your fate, you know. And so not a lot of trust, always, you know, revenge, always kind of expecting the worst from another person because you've been fucked in more ways than once. With Scorpio South Node, anything and everything has been done to you. I mean, on all levels. I'm talking about the worst, the most, the darkest you've experienced it. Because Scorpio South Node is just, it's tough, it's painful, and you're scared. There's a lot of fear. There's no trust in nothing, in nobody. So you're always on edge. You're always kind of mistrusting of people. You're always afraid to somebody to betray you, to lie to you, to hurt you, because you've been through lifetimes like that. Either you did that to others or it was done to you, and that's all you know. So in your lifetime, you're constantly expecting for shit to go wrong, and it's very, very hard for you to relax. But the good thing about Scorpio South Node, what I'm going to say is, because I always end up focusing on like the bad. The good thing is that because you are so enmeshed with others, you are so good at reading other people. You're so good at tuning in to people's motivations. You're so good to, you know what to say to people. You know how to manipulate people. Oh yes, because you've done that and it was done to you. So you're very good at that. You're very good at being a psychiatrist. You're very good at knowing how to push people's buttons. You know what to say or what to do to hurt somebody. That's Scorpio. So that's some of the tools that you use to stay afloat. In this lifetime, you use those tools to kind of be in control because you had complete loss of control before. And so now in this lifetime, you're always cautious, always careful. You're always very suspicious of everything around you because you're like, you know, this is not right. This is not good. And sometimes that's not the case. It's, you know, sometimes it's just in your mind. Your mind's always telling you scary stories. And usually you believe them because Scorpio South Node is like, you know what? I've been through so much shit that it's going to take a lot to convince me that everything is going to be okay. So Scorpio South Node, there will be a lot of testing. There's going to be a lot of you testing other people to see, do they really love me? Do they really care for me? Are they going to leave? Are they going to fuck me over? Are they going to lie to me? Because you have no trust. You have no trust in others. But the key here, and this is how we're going to move into Taurus North Node, is having trust in yourself. Because if you trust yourself, it doesn't matter what happens around you, because you're going to follow your own authority. You're going to follow your own gut feeling. And even if somebody does lie to you, you will feel that and you can just walk away from it. So Taurus North Node, simplicity, no drama, simple pleasures of life, simple good food, simple good sex, simple enjoyment of weather, of nature, of a good meal, simplicity, no drama, relaxation, comfort. What do I want to do today? Taurus does not get out of bed or doesn't do anything unless Taurus sees some kind of benefit. And Taurus does not rush. Taurus takes its time. Taurus knows quality. Taurus knows value. Taurus knows worth. Taurus knows worth in everything because Taurus has self-worth. Now, when we talk about Taurus in the South Node, that's going to be tricky because the self-worth is going to be dependent on other things. But Taurus in the North Node, the key for you guys is discover your own self-worth. So you can stand on your own 2 feet. And when you find your own self-worth, then that's going to reflect in all the other areas of your life. Financial, emotional, all kinds of relationships. Your nature of relationship is going to shift because you're going to develop trust in yourself and then others as well. But it's going to be hard for you guys because you literally have to change the way you think. You literally have to go from suspicion to just, calm and relaxation and not trying to sabotage every time. Because when things do, like, let's say, get good for you guys and there's stability, because more than anything in the world, you want stability. You want stability in your emotions, in the day of tomorrow, in your life, because you're so fucking tired of constant dying and loss and drama. But the key is anytime things will start to feel stable to you, there's going to be that cycle of yours that's going to want to sabotage it and say, it can't be that good. It cannot be drama free. I have to do something, say something, act on something to fuck it up again, because that's what you're used to. You're used to, difficulty. You're used to drama. You're used to pain. So when something is simple and nice and calm, which is what you want, it's all you want. You just want to fucking relax. You're like, I'm tired of drama. I just want to just put on my robe and sit here with a cup of coffee and just watch a good movie. So you're going to have to catch yourself on moments where you want to sabotage your happiness. You want to sabotage that peace in your life. You're going to have to catch yourself and say, I don't need to. It's okay for me to relax. It's okay for me. It's okay for it to be calm and no drama and all that. So, okay. Now let's dive into each house to see, to go deeper in the scenarios surrounding it so you guys can get a better understanding. Okay? All right. North Node in Taurus in the 3rd house. North Node in Taurus in the 3rd house, what you're coming here with, your memories and other lifetimes experiences with your South Node in Scorpio in the 9th, has to do with learning and communication, because the 3rd and the 9th house have to do with communication, teaching, learning, big teaching, big teaching, small teaching, big learning, small learning. So with Scorpio in the 9th, what I was thinking about was, the first thing that came to mind was cults, and specifically the ones that encouraged total self-annihilation, or somebody like Charles Manson. Yeah, somebody who, because Scorpio is about power also. So either you were a leader like that, or you were part of a cult, a follower. So Scorpio in the 9th, we're dealing with big ideas, spiritual ideas, religious ideas, philosophical ideas. And with Scorpio there, that means that those ideas were misused. That means that those ideas were not for the sake of enriching, but for the sake of destroying, for the sake of power, for the sake of, power manipulation. And yeah, so let's say We all know Charles Manson. So somebody like that, somebody who had a lot of power to influence somebody's thinking. And but it had to do with dark themes. It had to do with theme of like sexuality. And a lot of times in cults, you will see that. You will see that there's, you know, they're talking about salvation and this, but then they're all fucking each other, and like literally. And usually it's the cult leader that has first dibs. And right away, then and there, you're like, okay, what's going on here? So, but when you're in a cult, you don't see that. So either you were a leader, or you were one of the people in the cult that completely lost themselves and lost power and control to some kind of a big philosophy or idea or religion. And because Scorpio has to do with power, so either you had power or you had total loss of power. So Scorpio in the ninth, that means that there was manipulation through teachings. Some kind of preacher, somebody who, I'm really sticking to the idea of cults. I really feel that, or some kind of religious leader that had to do with the ideas of you know, death, sex, sexual practices, sacrifices, you know, something where you lost your yourself, your thinking, to a bigger picture, but it led to your demise. It led to you not being strong and didn't encourage self-love, but led to like low self-worth, because most of the people in the cult, they didn't have a lot of worth, because if they did, they would have said, wait a minute, you know, what's going on here? This is not right. They completely lost themselves and followed ideas that you know, ideas that were manipulative, but they didn't realize it. You know, they didn't know they were being manipulative. They really bought into that. They really lost themselves, enmeshed themselves with other people's thinking, like some kind of guru or teacher. And there's many examples of that. There's religious ones, then there's, let's say, maybe secret societies. That's a good one. Actually, that would be more 11th house. But either way, 9th house works too, because anytime there's a big, something like big thinking, big idea, something worldly, that has to do with 9th house. So with Scorpio there was teachings that were used to manipulate, that were used to promote dependency, to promote loss of power, to promote low self-esteem, to promote not questioning anything, you know. Because Scorpio either has power and uses it over others, or doesn't have any power at all and just lets everybody do whatever they want with them. So now with North Node in Taurus in the third, you're encouraged to, you know, once again, develop your own way of thinking, your own voice, and to get away from that big idea of like, this is how things should be, and this is the world, and if not, we're all going to hell. No. It's more about just like, once again, slowing down. Because, you know, Scorpio is all like intensity, drama, oh my God, like a nuclear bomb. I would say, oh, that's a good one. Scorpio South Node is like a nuclear reactor. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of power in there, but at the same time, it's completely powerless because that energy is going in destructive areas. So with North Node in Taurus, you're being asked to slow down, you know, to get away from that nuclear reactor, nuclear bomb, to the idea of slow down your reactions, simplify your thinking. Because if we go to the 9th house, the thinking is big, it's destructive, it's like, oh my God, we better all do this, we better all commit suicide tonight to go to a better world. No, this time around, you're encouraged to just slow down your thinking, slow down the scope, not looking at everything as a conspiracy theory. Oh, that's a good one. Not looking at everything as a conspiracy theory and like, oh my God, somebody's gonna fuck us over and the aliens are gonna make us slaves. And no. Smaller, you know, like come back to just you. And maybe stop giving into those suspicious, you know, secret societies and conspiracy theories, and more like, you know, make your world smaller, making it big, but making it smaller. You're making it big because you're going inside your world. But you're making it smaller because you're going away from the distractions of all that conspiracy theories, all that scary stuff, and bring it here and scale it down and say, no, it's not scary. The world outside is not scary. It's scary in my mind, but let me explore it. Let me listen. Let me just let me interact with people around me, and maybe let them listen to people and talk to people, but about maybe smaller things. Maybe not about how planet Earth is going to end and there's going to be a meteorite that's going to wipe all of us out. More like just like simple conversations about art, Taurus things, conversations about food, sharing recipes, conversations about beauty rituals, all Taurus things, conversations about, hey, how can we make money the easy way, or like how can we let's talk about nature, let's talk about this new reserve that we found that we can go and just have a picnic with. Talk about things that are comfortable, that are warm and fuzzy and feel good, and sharing that with each other, and not scaring people with your ideas, not scaring them with doomsday, but kind of saying, hey, let's talk about butterflies. Let's talk about how beautiful flowers are. Let's talk about music, maybe singing. With Taurus is all about beauty. It's all about the arts. It's all about dancing, singing. You have an eye for beauty. There's a part inside of you that wants to experience beauty in simplicity, and you see beauty in everything. And so there's a part in you that wants to express beauty, so you can talk about it, or you can maybe sing if you want to, maybe play an instrument, all things Taurus, all things that have to do with comfort, simple, maybe some people, simple thinking. For somebody it could be, oh my God, you're so simple-minded, but for you, no, for you it will be the best thing ever, because you're so done with talking about the scary and what's going to happen. And the best thing for you is just to kind of pull back and focus on everything around you, in your house, in your yard, what's in your fridge, because Taurus is about food. Like I said, sharing recipes, maybe do a recipe book, maybe do a book on, maybe write something, but something that's nice and simple and comfortable, something that's not going to scare people, but it's going to enrich their life by encouraging them to explore beauty. You're here to explore beauty, and maybe looking at art and talking about art, maybe listening to a song and saying, wow, what does that make me feel? Things like that. Because once again, with Taurus North Node, you're here to simplify. You're here to simplify your life. You're here to make it simple, stable, slow down, not be so strong in your reactions. Once again, not be suspicious. Just kind of just say, hey, the world's not here to fuck me over, and the world's not going to end tomorrow. And if it is going to end tomorrow, it's not going to be my world. Because my world, I'm interested in exploring my world. Look at the trees that are outside your window, the plants, the birds. Focus your thinking from big to small. But don't be afraid that you're going to be stupid or you're going to fall behind the masses. You won't. You're going to discover this beautiful world around you, and you're going to love it because it's going to calm your mind. Yeah, something like that.